morning on the 4th of October. It's a bit chilly. It's supposed to be spring, but it's a bit chilly, so I've lit the fire. But I thought I'd show you what the result was of yesterday's work, a full day's work, George and I. I think it's now George's kitchen because he's put so much work into this with me. And I now have a sink. I can do dishes inside. I have hot water that comes in, hot and cold water. And the benches are joined beautifully here. So he's very clever, and I learn a lot as I work with somebody. So now I know all this. So we have a kickboard down the bottom, which is really nice. So we levelled that, and once it was level, we could put the cabinets back on. And then there's a spacer here, so I can still put things underneath, like biscuit trays or tea towels or what have you. And here is a pull-out table, which is really good. So I think I'll be able to sit up here and work on the computer with a lovely view out there. So that'll be super nice. So I've learnt how to fit one of these. And at the moment I still have this gas stove. Oh my God, talk about a drama. When it was all finished and I cleaned up the mess and I was absolutely exhausted, I thought I'll have a really nice cup of coffee. I'll use the Atomic. But the stove is higher now. As I went to take it off and take the cup off the top that was warming, I knocked it over. The coffee spilled all over the bench, all over the floor, over the rug here. And I did swear actually. And oh gosh, and then as I went to put the pot back, I knocked the jug of milk off. So the jug of milk fell on the floor here where there's usually a mat, which is now hanging out there washed, and hopefully it will dry. But honestly, so I swore twice then. And I don't usually, I usually go, oh. But honestly, it was a long day. We started at about 7 a.m. and knocked off at about 3:30. So, yeah. Which only goes to show when you're tired, don't do things with knives, tools, or coffee pots. Anyway, I'm getting ready to take the mouse house to the van dweller gathering. It's looking good, all the suspension's done. You know, since I don't actually live in the van full time, now I have to pack to go in the van to go somewhere. So that's an interesting exercise. Coming up, you'll see all the little bits and pieces that went into turning my kitchen into what it was, into what it now is. So enjoy that. And I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully with some footage of the van dweller gatherings. What on earth is going on here? Lordy lordy. I'm talking to the camera, George. I'm just saying, what on earth is going on here? And what are you doing, George?
Making a mess.
Speak to me.
I'm making a mess.
And what's the outcome of this mess?
Hopefully, you know, a bit more chaos.
No more chaos. So you've made these
Platforms to put
the platform so that you can level those first and then put the benches on top, correct?
Yep.
Sounds good. I'm on the ball. What a beautiful day after a little sort of frosty start, wasn't it? Okay, I see. So line these up, then everything else should line up.
And that's good.
That's good and that's good. Okay, a lot better than just a piece of wood and some broken off bits underneath it, isn't it? So the idea is these join together. Oh, looking good. Looking good. Oh, we got to move this back.
Yeah, we can move that one back.
Okay, camera off. Hang on, wait. The level is good. So now we've got like a kickboard at the bottom. We've got the framework back in. Have a quick look out the window. There we go, looking nice.
Now, which one of these others do you want just there?
So they're probably no heavier than a chipboard kitchen, hey? Oh, it's a bit of a dent, is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Can we smash that out with a big hammer?
Yeah, we can give it a whoop whoop.
Okay, I'll go and get the big hammer. So we decided that even though this is to pull out here would be a bit high for a low chair, I'll just get a stool that's adjustable.
Yep.
And then I can still use it. And it's also great space, like serving space or... Alright, I have space. I have lots of space. So these are on here, they get screwed onto the wood and then they get pop riveted onto the sides of the metal cabinets so that they don't twist and roll, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Okay, we got it. Look at all these tools. Look at this, he's a Makita man. This goes with this. He's gone from Meccano to Makita. Hey? I got this in the van, George, a pull-out table. So explain how these all work. How do you...
Your table fits to this one.
Yep.
This fits to your underneath your bench. You screw on here, here, and here. This all just slides up and locks in.
Okay. So the back bit, which is... I don't know. They probably come with instructions. They probably come with instructions. They probably do. And they're the screws and that came with it, so you know they're not going to stick up too high. Okay. You know, if you've got the space, have a pull-out table.
Mm.
But can you draw a straight line?
Can you cut a straight line?
Probably not. Possibly. That was a silly thing for me to say. Of course I can cut a straight line. Of course I can. Of course I can. This is double check, George.
Double check.
So we put it down there before we do what? Before we attach these pieces to the...
Before we attach the runners to anything.
Yeah.
To make sure it's at the right height.
And these are all second hand. You know, this is $10 a drawer. 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, $210.
Yep.
And each of the tops were 200.
Mm-hmm.
And that piece over there, I don't know, wasn't that much. You know, once you've spent it, it's gone, isn't it, George?
It is.
We don't worry about it. Second-hand sink that was donated, and taps that were foraged for at the tip shop. So I don't know, maybe a $500 kitchen, George, all up?
Yeah, a bit out of that. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And that is a good kitchen. So now we come to the tricky bit. And while all this is happening here, at George's place, solar is going on, correct?
Yep.
Whole heap of it by the sound of it, George.
8.5 kilowatts.
Oh my God, 8.5 kilowatts. That's enough to run everything. This has got to go down. This has got to go down, you nuffer. It's up 2 inches now. We've got to bring it down an inch.
Yep.
Holy gamoly. See, everything's fixable.
Yep.
No matter what happens, everything is fixable. Okay, this is the tricky bit. Now we're going to cut this so that... I don't know how. Maybe from here to here is where it cuts, yes?
Yeah, we'll work it out.
We'll work it out. God, it'd be a mess if I made it. It would be a mess if I made it. But I'm just learning. So I'm just learning. Take your time, explain as we go.
Basically where those two interlock,
Yeah,
that's where you want to make your cut.
right. Just from there to the corner.
Just from there to the corner.
Is this the underside or the top side of the board, George?
Oh, won't matter.
It won't matter. Okay.
Won't matter.
Oh, right. And you do that, and then you take this one from that point to the corner, correct?
Yep.
And then they will join, correct?
Correct.
Oh, gosh. And look at this. This is like a real posh kitchen. It's getting there. What would you like me to do, George? We'll put the camera away and help. until next time, see you later. Bye bye.